Welcome to EnduringTechnologyPress.com. I'm Eric, and I'm in the shop today, and I'm going to be making some more components for the grain mill for my friend. And we're doing a swap here. I'm building him a grain mill, and in return he's building me a 3D printer. So a pretty cool swap for both of us. Now, one of the key components here is making a keyway, and you're going to need a keyway to connect the driven burr to the drive shaft. So this rotates, and you want the burr to be able to rotate along the drive shaft. You also want it to be able to slide in and out to adjust the coarseness of your grind, but you don't want it to, this shaft to just freewheel inside this hub. Now, you can cut keyways, and especially internal keyways, in a variety of ways. One of the easiest would be with either a shaper or slaughter. Of course, those are pretty exotic machines now, and they're rather expensive. This one I managed to pick up about 15 years ago. It was one of the first pieces of kit in my shop. I really enjoy it. But to make this simpler, we can do it in another way, and that is we build up a compound hub. So the idea here is that effectively we take a piece of pipe that'll slide over our drive shaft, and we machine a slot in here. Now, the instructions in the grain mill book have you do it with a drill. So you drill in a couple of holes, and then you slot it out with a file and clean it out. That's all you really need to be able to do the job. Now, because I've got a milling machine, I've already done the proof of concept that it's that simple. I'm going to use my milling machine to do this one. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to machine a slot, and when I look at this piece of pipe that I'm using, you'll see that there's a spot where they welded the two pieces together as they folded that sheet steel together. I'm going to machine along there, in part so I have less filing to do to clean that up so it doesn't interfere with the drive shaft. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the collar, I'm going to drill a hole in the far end of the collar. And the idea here is that I can then slip this collar over. I'll have machined the slot in there for the key. I'll make sure it fits. Be able to slide that collar over. It's a little bit tight. Okay, perfect. We're looking at sliding fit. I'll have a hole in here. I'll be able to weld through the hole, affixing the inner to the outer collar, and then I'll weld that assembly into the hole that's through my driven burr. That way I formed the recess for the internal keyway using very, very simple mechanisms, simple tooling, and just compound assembly. Maybe not as elegant as using a shaper, but it's a whole lot simpler, a whole lot easier, and keyways really do come in handy knowing how to produce them when you're building your own tools and equipment.